This is the plaintiff, Bob Snowground. He says he bought a car windshield from the defendant's store and had it shipped to New Zealand. As it turns out, the guy sold him the wrong size. He just wants to be made whole again. And by that he means he wants his money back for the windshield and all the shipping charges. So he's suing for $1,254, the amount due. This is the defendant, Nathan Combs. He says he sold the plaintiff a windshield based on the information about the car he provided. They have zero responsibility to pay his shipping costs to New Zealand, for goodness sakes. What if the guy shipped it by stretch limo? Is he responsible for that too? Come on. He's accused of being a pain in the glass.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a windshield from the defendant, had it shipped to New Zealand, and it was the wrong size. But the defendant says he shipped what he was told to ship. It's the case of you're a pain in the glass.
Okay. Bob Snowground, you are suing MS Glass, represented here by Nathan Combs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For $1,254 that you say they owe you for a windshield and shipping because they ordered the wrong part, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me what's going on.
On July 6, 2010, I purchased a windshield from MS Glass Company in Vancouver, Washington. It's for a 1955 Chevrolet four-door sedan. They sold me a windshield number 516, and they knew this windshield was going to go to New Zealand because the man from New Zealand this windshield was going to go to was over here visiting me. We had the conversation. We took the windshield.
How did they know that it was going to New Zealand?
It was in the conversation because she asked about their accent. They had the New Zealand twang.
Okay, but I have a friend from New Zealand, so I'm very familiar with what you're talking about. But what I'm asking you, though, is one thing is saying, so where are you from? Another thing is asking, where is this windshield going? So are you saying that it was discussed that it was going to New Zealand?
It was in the conversation that it was going to be shipped into New Zealand, yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So then what happens?
Bought the windshield, and he had bought a car when he was over here, or a van. We put the windshield in the back of the van, so there was no shipping costs to get the windshield to New Zealand. When the van was shipped to New Zealand, about a couple of months after that, they were ready to install the windshield in the car. Would not fit. So he emailed me, and I had him send me a copy of the invoice. The invoice is part of my exhibits.
Okay, hold on one second, because I have a question. So the first windshield that was shipped out, there was no cost to shipping it out?
No, ma'am. It was part of the package deal of shipping the truck itself to New Zealand.
Okay. So when you realized it was the wrong size windshield, what did you do?
I called MS Glass Company and asked for the whoever the manager was, and I was in contact with this gentleman here apparently.
Okay.
Nice man. There was never any animosity about anything.
Okay, so what'd you tell him?
I told him it was a wrong windshield, and at that time he says that it was the correct windshield. It was for a 513, it's for a 55 Chevrolet. I told him I had done some research, and I told him no, that was not correct. It should have had a 394. Apparently all the glass companies use the same stock numbers. He said that the 513 and the 394 were the same windshield, fit the same automobile. So I even gave him the source to call somebody locally who all they sell is 55 to 57 Chevrolet parts. He called that man, and the man told him that no, it took a 394. He still insisted that no, it did not. So my suggestion was that he shipped a 394 and a 513 to the Vancouver store. At that time, we would measure them. And he did, in fact, do that. I went up to the store and I took my tape measure, and the young lady up there measured the windshields. They are not the same. Okay. A 513 is 20 inches tall, and a 394 is 18 and a half inches tall. His manager there called him and had a conversation with that time. And he said they would call me back, and he would call me back in a few days. Never heard from anybody.
Okay. Talk to me. What do you know about this? Because you didn't have the direct dealings with anybody.
No, I didn't.
All right.
The customer came into the Vancouver store, just like he said, and ordered a windshield for a 55 Chevy car. And according to, the software we use, the software that, the entire country uses and all the distributors, it calls for a foreign or domestic windshield 513, which is what we gave to the customer. And then, we didn't hear from him for months. And then he calls, and I was the one who took the phone call initially when he called the store, and he told me he got got the wrong windshield. And I said, okay, tell me what you ordered, because I work at a call center at the corporate office. So that's in Beaverton, Oregon. And I talked to the manager at the Vancouver store, and she told me what had happened. And by looking at our computers and looking at all the distributors, he got the right windshield. Okay. And I'm not sure about the company that he went to, how they specialize in it, how they determined that it was a 394 windshield, which if you look up in our computer system for a 55 Chevy four-door sedan, whether it's a Delray, a Bel Air, Biscayne, whatever it is in 55, they show the same exact size of each windshield. All
Which
of
is
them
18
take
and a
the
half or
5
20?
What's that?
Is it 18 and a half or 20?
It's 20 by 70.
Okay. How come okay, he says though that then he asked you to order both of them so you could see they were different sizes.
Right. That was done by the general manager, his name is Nick, and that's who Bob had talked to. And he did. He sent 2 windshields up there. They measured them. They were, in fact, different sizes.
Okay. Now what?
So whether he buys a windshield for a 55 Chevy or a 97 Nissan Pathfinder, we give him the windshield. If it's the wrong part, it's his responsibility to bring us back within 2 days. That says that on the invoice that he received.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say, I'm not understanding, are you folks acknowledging that you made a mistake, or are you saying the mistake was his?
There was no mistake made on our part.
No mistake made on your part?
No, because and I have documents from all the distributors that we use, 5 different distributors, they all show the same part number for a 55 Chevy.
Okay, what made the difference then the second time?
Well, that particular windshield that he got, if you look in the system and try to look it up, it's a 55 Bel Air. It calls for a domestic windshield 394, and that's the one that he ended up saying, yeah, that's the one I need. But he never said, I want a 55 Chevy Bel Air windshield, or he would have initially got that. He did not have a model.
Hold on one second.
Sorry.
What is it you look at, Napa? Is that what you said?
It's called NAGS. It's National Auto Glass System.
Okay, and so, everybody uses that?
Yeah, all the distributors, and they all have it.
So what you're saying is that the first time he asked for it, he said it the way he said it in court, which was just 55 Chevrolet four-door sedan. And then the second time he said it was a Bel Air, and the Bel Air does, under your system, call for the different
He never said, according to the people that I've talked to at the store, he never said what model he had.
But how come you guys didn't ask him the model?
I asked him that the second time I talked to him.
Right.
And he said they're all the same.
Okay.
Which, in fact, they're not. They're not all the same.
Okay. And we know that now because somebody in the Vancouver store ordered both of them to measure them and saw that they were different.
That's correct.
Okay, well, he now wants you guys to pay for the shipping to New Zealand, an $80 part that costs $1,200 to ship because he doesn't have a freebie this time.
Right.
And what say you to that?
No. I mean, whether he had it...
Why isn't that fair?
Whether he had it shipped, he walked it there, took a boat, that's not our responsibility. After we sell a part to a customer, it's their response. I mean, they can ship it, they can do whatever they want with it. That's not our responsibility. We take the information that he gives us, give him the part that he needs, and it's up to him what he wants to do with it.
Right. And why do you think they would be responsible? How is that a foreseeable occurrence that it's going to cost you $1,200 to ship an $80 piece? Like in other words, if I do business with you and the part we do business about is $80, I expect I got $80 on the line. But do I expect that I'm going to have 20 times that? Maybe not. Maybe I didn't see that one coming. That I'm risking 20 times that in our transaction. Go ahead.
And that's probably a very sound argument. However, I have to rely on them as business people to sell me the correct product.
Show me the thing from the National Association of Yada Yada Glass.
And I also have invoices from people who all they sell is 55, 56, 57 Chevrolet parts. And I also have a catalog. It's a national catalog from a national distributor. And they all confirm what I have to say.
Let me see what you got.
513 is a 57 Chevrolet only.
Not according to stuff I'm looking at. Bob's Classic Chevy. Okay, DW319, DW394. What does that mean?
I think that indicates whether it's shaded or clear. I'm really not sure what that
DW
is.
stands for domestic windshield.
Okay.
319 is the part number that NAGS has assigned that particular vehicle, that particular piece of glass.
Okay.
Each vehicle can have, or each piece of glass can have a range of years. Whether it's 55 to 65, 2000 to 2010. NAGS is going to designate a part number for each piece of glass.
So he's showing me some magazine called Bob's Classic Chevy.
They're a national distributor of Chevrolet parts.
Yeah, I understand that. They're not like the system that the industry uses. People don't grab Bob's magazine to figure out which part for which car, They use the software.
And he even called one of the suppliers and talked to him about it.
Yeah, now listen, I don't think there's any dispute that there's a dispute.
Right.
I agree.
It's bizarre.
Okay, this is 55 Bel Air. What's the best muscle car ever made?
69 Camaro, big block.
Okay, kind of like that. What do you think?
66 Mustang convertible.
Okay, who else?
No.
Who else?
I would say, the Corvette, one of the 60s Corvettes.
Like a 63 Corvette?
3 Corvette.
Okay, guys, 57 T-Bird.
That's what I was
Sweet. Going inside the courtroom.
It's bizarre. What are they using that you are not using? Is there like another main software numbering system or no?
I've never heard of any other.
So why? Because he does have quotes from other glass people with the part number that he ended up with, rather than the part number you originally ordered. So how did they come up with that? That's
I don't know what system they use. I mean, we can.
But there is another system, or
I don't know of any other system. NAGS is national. I mean, that's what everyone uses.
The 3 people that I went to, plus it's on. You can go online and look up a dozen people that sell those windshields. Nowhere does anyone say.
No, that's not true. I'm looking at. He just like you brought three people. He brought like 3 or 4 also. I mean, there is obviously out there a dispute about which one fits what, because it's so old. I don't know. But more importantly, because the bulk of this lawsuit is not the $80, it's the $1,200, okay? And the question is it foreseeable that you would spend $1,200 to ship an $80 part to New Zealand? I don't know. I don't know that is foreseeable. I don't know that when I sell you an $80 item, I should know that I'm putting $1,200 on the line. I don't ship to New Zealand normally. I just sell a part at a counter.
Well, I understand.
But we're done. I just can't clearly look at them and say, and I have to be able to do that for you to win. You guys were completely wrong. You cost him $1,200. You guys got to pay up. I can't do that on these facts when there is clearly some discrepancy in the industry and everything he pointed to, and it's completely legitimate to rely on NAG. It's not illegitimate to do that. Verdict for the defendant.
All right, so the plaintiff loses his case. So step on in here, and what's your reaction to the verdict?
Well, I don't know how else I could prove it. They sold me the wrong piece. It's the wrong windshield. Does not fit the car, and I think all the evidence that I had shows that it was in fact the wrong piece.
It was the wrong piece, but whose fault is it, and who's to pay for shipping?
Well,
what if you had shipped it to the moon? Are they responsible for your cost?
A merchant is responsible to sell me the correct product. I don't think whether the fact that the mileage has anything to do with it. I think they need to ensure the fact that I get exactly what I paid for.
Well, didn't it show the right part in their reference material?
And their catalogs are wrong.
Oh.
Everybody else says their catalogs is wrong.
Okay. All right, we'll head right around the corner there. And if indeed that's the case, if your catalogs are wrong, you may have the same problem again at some point. Has this ever happened before?
No, this hasn't happened before, and our catalogs aren't wrong. I mean, it's the same system that the entire country uses.
Who's wrong?
He is.
All right. Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, I was going to tell you about foreseeability of damages, but I think I got to make a correction. A 57 T-Bird, I guess technically, is not a muscle car. They were very quick to correct me. I think I could make the argument, but if I'm going for a muscle car, I think I'm going for a 64 GTO. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on their way into the courtroom right now.